Hello there from a quiet afternoon at Magic Kingdom, at least for the time being, because look at this crowd congregating for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party today. So if you've purchased a ticket to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, you're able to get into the park starting at 4 o'clock. It's not 4 o'clock quite yet, but it's getting very close. So I'm going to try to get a little bit of a head start on everybody about to come into Magic Kingdom for the party, which as of right now is sold out. So I've done these types of videos before where I compare a Not So Scary party day versus a non-Not So Scary party day in terms of the crowd levels and the wait times, but this video is going to be a little bit different. Sort of similar, but different. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be somewhat of a two-part video involving Magic Kingdom and Universal Studios. I'm going to start at Magic Kingdom today, and I'm going to ride a few rides, see what the wait times are, see what the actual wait time ends up being, and then I'm going to do the same experiments over at Universal Studios on a Halloween Horror Nights night. In just a few minutes, everybody that bought Not So Scary party tickets are going to be coming into Magic Kingdom from this direction, and going to be heading over here next to this omnibus. I just heard a very large cheering crowd, so that means the party is pretty much started. This is fun here, this is Donald in the window, so I'm heading down Main Street and headed towards a few just casual rides, just to see what those wait times are. Right now this is the current crowd level on Main Street USA, which is not going to last that long once everybody from the Not So Scary crowd makes it into Magic Kingdom, but they're going around the bypass over by Tomorrowland. It looks like Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair has started in front of the castle. I'm trying to decide where I want to go. I don't want to ride a ride that has an incredible wait time. I don't know, I might go to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. That could be exciting. Okay, so heading through Adventureland back into Frontierland, because that sounds like the best idea to try to get ahead of those crowds back there to have a more accurate representation of what the park is like on a Not So Scary party day. I don't think that the crowd's really going to impact what I'm here to do today though, because the party doesn't start for several hours at 7 o'clock, so that's just the overachieving crowd that wants to actually get the use out of their ticket that they purchased, because it is a very expensive ticket to the party this year. It is so quiet over here in Adventureland right now. Okay, so like I said, I'm heading back to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which currently, right now, has a 10-minute wait. There's Wendell and Shaker up on the Country Bear Jamboree balcony. I think that character setting in particular is probably one of the absolute best that is still around, because a lot of them have gone away. Passing by Splash Mountain, and it does look like it is still a 10-minute wait for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is fantastic. Looks like Splash Mountain's a 35-minute wait right now. But look at this, 10-minute wait for Big Thunder Mountain. Okay, let's see if it ends up being 10 minutes exactly, or maybe a little bit less. That's what I'm mostly excited about. So far it seems like it's going to be a walk to the platform. This is exciting. This is the reason to come to Magic Kingdom on Not So Scary party nights. Even though the park closes at 6 p.m. and you do not get to see the fireworks, you get an incredible ride experience. There's literally no line at all. I'm just heading out of the train. It took all of about 2 minutes, if that, just to walk through the line. Probably one of the fastest experiences I've ever had in Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Just walking through the queue and just getting on the ride and then getting off of the ride. Honestly, I love it. There are 2 exits for the ride. There's one up here and then there's one a little bit down there. There's this nugget way, which I always like to come over and appreciate the geysers back over here. Okay, so what I think I'd like to do now is head over to Tomorrowland and maybe ride Space Mountain, potentially, and then have some lunch, or maybe have some lunch and then ride Space Mountain. Splash Mountain is still sitting at about a half-an-hour wait right now, but I want a little variety, just in terms of the lands that I visit and the rides that I ride today. Although this does look very refreshing, just that Splash Town. Still not really sure about the timeline of this, when it's supposed to close for Princess and the Frog refurbishments, but it's probably going to be pretty soon. I love this little pathway that just runs parallel to the main walkway through Frontierland, just because not a lot of people walk this pathway for whatever reason. It is always so relaxing normally. Looks like they're still running rafts over to Times Square Island. And then the smoke from the castle show is starting to billow over here. But this pathway is just, it's one of my favorites. 50th Celebration Cavalcade just went by, and now Big Al and Liver Lips are on the balcony above Country Bear Jamboree. How awesome is that? And the riverboat is about to come by, which is very loud. Okay, so I'm heading over to Tomorrowland. I might go to Cosmic Ray's Starlight Cafe to see if they have a particular burger over there. This is a burger that should be available during all hours and not just party hours or days on the Halloween party. So I'm following behind the parade right now, and I'm trying to check out the wait times for the park currently. So I'm over here, or I was over there by Thunder Mountain, which was a 10-minute wait, and apparently over in Space Mountain, it's only a 5-minute wait. We're going to cavalcade across the bridge, and I think I'm going to cut behind the castle over to Cosmic Rays. Although I might go to Space Mountain if it's only a 5-minute wait. But that's one of those theme park psychology mindsets where if everybody sees it at a 5-minute wait, it's probably going to absolutely jump up the wait time a little bit. I probably could have just followed the cavalcade through the hub, but just getting to walk behind the castle is always just a pleasant little experience. Okay, so I think I might just go ahead and head over to Space Mountain just because it's still posting a 5-minute wait, so that is the point of this, to see what it's posted and to see what the wait time actually is, whether it's overposted or underposted. So let's go ride another roller coaster. So the Not So Scary Halloween Party crowd has been able to be inside the park for almost an hour, I guess now at this point. If you still have an annual pass or a day ticket, you can be in the park all day long, and then you have to go to one of the wristband stations to redeem your ticket to get a wristband. But if you just bought a ticket exclusively by itself, then you had to wait until 4 o'clock to get into the park. The thing is this, there's no line at all for the Tomorrowland Speedway. It's literally almost completely empty. Okay, Space Mountain is right around the corner. Let's see if it still has a 5-minute wait or if it got bumped up a little bit. I'm pretty optimistic though. This is what you don't really see on non-party days, because on non-party days they get to come to the park significantly longer. You get a little bit more use out of your day and out of your actual ticket. But the wait times and the crowd levels are just significantly increased. Okay, so it looks like it did go up to a 25-minute wait, which is definitely to be expected if they're going to post it at a 5-minute wait. So it still might be a 5 to 10-minute wait. I don't think it'll be a full 25. So there's definitely a little bit of a backup, but it's slowly shuffling forward, which that's good. Okay, so it took about 5 minutes to make it to this point in the line. There's still a decent amount of a queue for sure, but I don't think it'll be 25 minutes. I hope not. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes now, and I'm getting pretty close. It might actually be pretty on the nose in terms of the estimated wait time. Okay, it took 20 minutes to get onto Space Mountain, which is not that bad at all. Hooray! This camera does not do the best in the low light. But here I am on Space Mountain. That did not take long at all. I'm very happy. Okay, that was slightly bumpier than I remember that. Given the recent times that I've done that, but that was still so much fun. Okay, so now I'm heading over to Cosmic Rays to go ahead and get that burger that I wanted, and probably ride one more ride, maybe in like Fantasyland. So it's sort of weird because they're working on the Space Mountain gift shop exit here. Everyone's exiting out of this small little door, so you can't go inside the Tomorrowland Light and Power building here, at least currently. I'm going to go ahead and put in my mobile order right now for Cosmic Rays because the park actually closes now in less than an hour. Alright, so I put in my mobile order and now it's just waiting until it's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and head inside and head to one of the concourses. Compared to what I'm used to with Cosmic Rays, Starlight Cafe, this is actually very quiet right now. This also, I believe, turns into sort of a dance party for Not So Scary. Honestly, it's a little bit weird just how quiet it is. There's the Tomorrowland Bridge right there, and here's my burger. I'm going to be sitting right here with this view of the castle. Alright, so this is my burger and fries, and then I also brought a soda with me in my backpack, but this is the Bayou Burger. This is a flame-broiled 1/3 pound Angus hamburger topped with jalapeno pimento cheese, crispy and dewy sausage, and garlic pickles. And then I got it with the french fries. This looks weird, but I'm excited. A burger with andouille sausage on it and spicy pimento cheese and garlic pickles. Okay, I finished my burger and now I'm going to ride one more ride before the park closes. What's pretty cool is that during the parties, sun eclipse will actually raise up into the ceiling, so this can become part of the party area for a dance party. Okay, so I just made up Cosmic Rays, Starlight Cafe, and I want to head back into Fantasyland. I might head back over to Dumbo or Barnstormer. Might as well stay consistent with the theme, apparently, of riding roller coasters today. Really, again, the point was just to see what the crowd level looked like today and just the general vibe of the park, more or less, just as far as what the wait times were and just how overrun the park was with people before the party actually started. While I was eating lunch, I actually looked at the wait times over at Universal, and they're pretty modest today. Escape from Gringotts, that's about a 45-minute wait. I think right now the Harvard's Express was about an hour wait time, and today is not a Halloween Horror Nights night tonight over at Universal. I cannot really see what the wait time is for the Barnstormer from over here, but I don't really see anybody in line at all. Oh, it's a 5-minute wait. Okay, of course. This is my final ride of the day at Magic Kingdom. Just experimenting with a bunch of different tiers of attractions. The same type of attraction, but just in terms of intensity, I guess. And there's Tron in the background. I've seen this testing. I've seen it lit up blue. And I can see the tunnel for the train right there. That is pretty cool. But the park closes now in about 15 minutes, so this will be my last ride of the day. Here I am, I'm in the very last row of the Barnstormer, and that pretty much goes without saying that was a complete walk-on, which is not very surprising at all. This ride is very intense. Honestly, much more so than Space Mountain a little bit. Whoa! Just as soon as it starts, it is over. Well, that was fun. So I did not talk about my burger at all. I was very impressed with it. I'm going to say that. The andouille sausage was sort of a lot. I wanted to pretend like it was like a massive piece of bacon. And I don't normally like pickles on my burgers. I'll eat them. I'll generally eat pretty much anything. And I don't really do food reviews. I do more food showcasings, honestly, in my opinion. But as far as the burger itself and the pimento cheese, that was really good. I was actually very surprised when I originally read it. I didn't think I was going to like it, and I did. Again, just the andouille sausage was a little bit different, but I still enjoyed it. More surprised, but I still enjoyed it. But now the park is almost closed, so I'm going to head back over to the hub in front of the castle and just sort of finish off this video and then I guess hand it over to myself over at Universal, probably. I'm seeing a lot more costumes throughout the park, so I'm imagining that a lot more of the party crowd is arriving at Magic Kingdom. From the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which this was only a 30-minute wait earlier, which I was very tempted to hop in line for that, but I didn't want to do all massive attractions today. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I think I want to head over to It's a Small World and Peter Pan's Flight, at least, just to see what those wait times are posted like and just what that area in between those rides, crowd level wise, is. So you can see everybody just getting in line prematurely and just waiting for the Halloween party characters, which are going to be coming out here probably pretty soon. And it looks like it's a 30-minute wait for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train right now. It's awesome. Even behind the carousel right now, it's actually pretty quiet. They don't have all of the stations set up for the strollers, which normally this is multiple levels thick, full of strollers back over here. Okay, looks a little bit busy in between It's a Small World and Peter Pan's Flights right now, and again, the party people have definitely mixed into the day crowds that are probably on the way out of the park right now, so it's probably a majority actually of Not So Scary Halloween party guests. Peter Pan's Flight actually does not have a wait time posted right now, but I don't even need to walk up to the wait time marquee to see that It's a Small World is absolutely a complete walk-on right now, just all the way down to the low platform down there. Okay, so back through Fantasyland, through Liberty Square, and then over to the front of the castle. Haunted Mansion's currently posting a 13-minute wait. It looks a little bit longer than that maybe, but this is also a very popular ride to ride on Not So Scary nights. I'm editing the video in front of the castle just because I think it's probably going to be a little bit more iconic to transition over to Universal Studios, just standing in front of the castle, then switching over to standing over in front of the arch. I have one last thought that I need to amend from one of the last times I was here. I did not think that they were going to be putting out the Mickey pumpkin wreaths for whatever reason this year, because when I was here they weren't out. At least I didn't see them because they had the Cinderella pumpkin wreaths. They do have Mickey pumpkin wreaths. So thank you for coming with me to Magic Kingdom today just to ride some rides on a Not So Scary Halloween party day, just to see if there was a discernible difference between what was posted versus what I actually waited, which I ended up waiting less than what was posted for all the rides that I did today, which were Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Space Mountain, and the Barnstormer, and I'm excited to see what the experience is over at Universal Studios Florida, so I will see you in just a second. And hello from Universal Studios Florida. So I am here at Universal Studios. It's been a couple days. There is a Halloween Horror Night tonight, 10 nights. I am here around the same time that I got to Magic Kingdom the other day before Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It's just about a couple hours until they close the park at 5 p.m. here for Halloween Horror Nights. So exactly like over at Magic Kingdom, I'm heading inside the park just to ride a few rides to see what those wait times are and compare them with what the actual wait time is. Let's see, today's park hours, Universal Studios Florida closes at 5 o'clock, Islands of Adventure closes at 9 o'clock. I'm still going to come back for Halloween Horror Nights. I'm not going to be staying tonight, but definitely in a little bit, for sure. Right now, Despicable Me is only a 25-minute wait, which is definitely not as bad as it could be. I think I'm going to head back over to New York. Also because I think that right now would be an incredible opportunity and a perfect excuse to finally ride The Revenge of the Mummy after its very extended refurbishment. I'm also pretty hungry, so I'll probably stop to get some lunch here in a little bit, but I definitely want to ride a few rides before the park closes in a couple hours. Well, never mind, because the Mummy is actually still closed. And they were under a technical rehearsal a little while ago. I thought they were just doing that every day, but apparently not, because it is still closed. That's embarrassing. Okay, so I think as a backup, I'm going to head over to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter to ride Gringotts, because that is definitely a popular attraction, and that'll be a pretty interesting experiment to see what the wait time is versus what the actual wait time is that I wait in line. Okay, so before I made it back to the Wizarding World, I decided to pull out the app, and it looks like Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts is delayed. And then I was like, okay, well that's fine. But Men in Black is also delayed. So I think I'm going to turn around and potentially ride Transformers, because I did check and that is currently open. Hooray! Transformers is only a 25-minute wait right now, which I think is a pretty reasonable wait time, but let's see what that actually ends up being. There is a single rider line over here, but the objective today is just to see what the wait time is and then what the actual wait time ends up being. So I'm actually going to test that in just the regular standby entrance. Okay, so far this is a pretty empty view. I think that there's a line in this next room. Okay. Destruction. It's been about 10 minutes right now. I don't know if you can hear me. It's pretty loud in here, but I'm definitely going to be boarding here in just a minute.
Listen up,
my
recruits.
glasses right
I'm
now.
on evac, part of Optimus Prime's next
Right in the
detail.
corner should be the road
I'm a
station.
self-transport bot
Let's do it.
assigned
It'll
to
take about
evacuate
15
troops
minutes.
who want those who are navigators. So if anyone sees trouble...
Security breach. Level 2. Locked down.
Uh-oh, that's trouble, alright. Way to improvise, team. Thanks for being a challenge. Let's head on back to base.
Okay, so I just rode Transformers, which was fun. That, again, took about 15 minutes, maybe a little bit less than 15 minutes. Actually, I think I'm heading back over to Louis and maybe grab some quick lunch, which I would go down this main street here in New York, but it's still closed for construction right now. This is the other end of the Sting Alley food booth. Oh, there's a little drink booth back over here too. That's pretty cool. It says do not enter back there, but I presume that that's when the event is actually going on. I'm not sure. Looks like they're setting this up for a Stay and Scream area outside of Louis. I don't think I'm gonna go inside. I think I'm gonna go and just go through this little window over here and get some garlic knots. They're setting up the stanchions down there for Stay and Scream as well. That was the least amount of time I've ever waited at that window, and I got pretty much my favorite theme park snack, these garlic knots with marinara sauce, and then I got some strawberry sorbet gelato there on the side. So now I'm heading around the corner to try to find a spot over here to eat this before it melts, which it's already melting. So I'm right outside of Fast and Furious Supercharged, and this was only $3.89, and then this was $4.99. So as far as a theme park snack, I think these are pretty reasonably priced snack options, without a doubt, and they're delicious. So my garlic knots, as usual, were phenomenal, and that gelato, I did not realize how much I needed that on a very hot day, but that was delicious. It's also about to rain, so all of the outdoor rides are now closed. However, Gringotts is apparently reopened, so I'm heading back to the Wizarding World to get in line for that. As of right now, it's posting 45 minutes. How I rode exclusively coasters over at Disney, I might have to commit to riding exclusively indoor rides at Universal just due to the weather. Even the Hogwarts Express is currently closed. Right now, they even have a A-frame out there announcing that it's not currently running, so I'm heading into Diagon Alley. I was also on attention just to see what the wait times look like around the park, just this close to it being closed. Doesn't look that quiet back here. Okay, so Gringotts is still posting a 45-minute waits on the app. Let's see if that's what they're actually posting outside, and then if that's the actual wait time. So yes, this is posting a 45-minute waits. I'm gonna go ahead and get a locker and then hop in the regular standby. All right, so I made it inside. This is the actual front door to Gringotts, and interestingly, this is pretty much where the line stops, just right here heading into the bank. Usually I'm walking through here pretty quickly to notice all of the subtle details. Straight ahead, that is the single rider line, which again I like to not do, even though that would have definitely been a much better idea. It's always incredible just to see this reveal of the bank lobby, even if there's a lot of people in it. I definitely slow it down a little bit, but it's starting to move again. Honestly, I'm just hoping that it ends up being just an accurate wait time, the one that was posted. There's a little bit of an express line backed up right now. I know if the ride went down earlier, they probably give out some single attraction passes that they could probably use. And they probably came right back here and used them at Gringotts. So that might be why the line's a little bit longer.
What was that? They were Weasley's wildfire whiz-bangs. Fireworks from my brother's friend George.
Made the elevator. It's been a little bit over half an hour. Right now, we are heading down to the vaults. It's been a while since I've been to the Six pre-shows, so this is actually really pleasant. I miss this a lot. Okay, so I've got my glasses and should be heading up the stairs here in just 2 minutes. Up to the carts. I have made it to the platform.
Are they the imposter?
I don't think so, Madam Strange. I can't be sure.
Well, let's try and find out then.
We'll get you out of here. Where do we go?
Here we go! Hang on!
Just for Harry Potter, the escape from Gringotts, and surprisingly, it only took about 40 minutes. It was posted at a 45-minute wait, and the line stopped for sort of a while, and then it moved very fast towards the end, and only ended up being 40 minutes. Honestly, it's pretty wild just how fast that line ended up moving towards the end of that. I'm getting my stuff from the locker now. All right, back on my better camera now. It's posting a 65-minute wait. So that jumped up pretty quickly. Again, it was pretty stagnant for a little while there, but then it picked up at the end there, which was very appreciated. The one magic over here are some of my favorite spells. Just getting to make it rain over here, and then this one, which is probably, in my opinion, the most complicated wand magic spell, which is to do literally that, just to turn on the lights up there, which is cool. So I'm trying to decide what to do and where to go next. I want to ride one more ride before I head out. Okay, so I was actually going to go over to E.T. to ride that, but surprise, E.T. is delayed. And I checked and Men in Black has reopened, so I'm going to go ahead and ride Men in Black. The park closes in about an hour for Halloween Horror Nights. Okay, look at this. There's no rabbits on top of his head. And then if you just wait just a minute, and he lifts his hat up, there's a rabbit that he pulled out of his hat. How creative. Okay, I'm really hoping that Men in Black stays open because I feel like every ride at this point is closed since I've been here. Okay, I'm walking over to Men in Black right now. There's no night bus conductor at the moment over here. I'm nervous. I really hope the Men in Black stays open. I checked on the app and it's currently posting a 50-minute wait right now. All the outdoor rides are still closed due to the weather, and I'm also, for whatever reason, choosing to do the rides that all have single rider, but I'm choosing to not do single rider today. Okay, yes, it is posting a 50-minute wait. I'm going to go put my camera into a locker over here, and then I'll go ahead and get in line, and hopefully it's not a 50-minute wait. I'm also in line for Men in Black, waiting for the next elevator show. I'm excited to see all of the pre-shows after not getting to see those for a long time.
Universe and You program terminated. Access granted for MIB training.
Hurry up, rookie. You haven't got all made.
Another elevator ride. Okay, this is where the line stops, just right outside of the break room. Here, so this might be a lengthy wait. I guess I'll see. Okay, so I made it to the immigration room. It's been about 15 minutes so far, which is not too bad. Hopefully I can get moving here pretty quickly and the line will speed up like it did over at Gringotts. So I checked the app and it does look like the outdoor attractions have reopened, but the park closes in half an hour. So that's unfortunate. Okay, I'm getting soon. It's probably just a few more minutes down to the last station. Okay, so they ended up taking 35 minutes and was posted at a 50-minute wait, which is not terrible.
Oh boy. Only one thing left to do. Push the red button.
Okay, so I just got off of Men in Black. I did a pretty good job. Definitely not the best score that I've ever had, but It was still fun. I impressed the people that were sitting next to me. Okay, so I got my camera back out of the locker, and it is now actually starting to rain. Looks like this is another stay and screen area here inside The Simpsons. The park closes in just a couple minutes, so when I make it to the front of the park, I imagine I'll see a pretty big crowd built up for Halloween Horror Nights tonight. Okay, so the park is officially closed now for Halloween Horror Nights, so I'm heading through the Stay and Scream area just to head back to the front of the park. I did check the My Disney Experience app just to see what those wait times are today compared to a Not So Scary Party Day. Space Mountain's a 40-minute wait, and Big Thunder Mountain was a 45-minute wait. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train was a 60-minute wait, so it's definitely more inflated than it was the other day. It's like actually raining right now, and they are setting up for Halloween Horror Nights, which starts in about an hour. Now there's a little bit of a time for them to prepare for that. It's interesting, on Not So Scary Party Nights the park closes at 6 p.m. and then the party runs from 7 p.m. until midnight, and then here the park closes at 5 p.m. and then Halloween Horror Nights runs from 6 p.m. until 2 a.m. I think. This is sort of cool to see them pulling out the decorations for the scare zones. I have not seen anything related to Halloween Horror Nights until I can go myself, but this is pretty cool to see. I've actually never seen the transition between regular daytime park operating hours and Halloween Horror Nights, so this is actually really cool to see how they just get this turned around so fast. It is like actually raining now, which is wild just because of the park being closed earlier, and now I'm pretty sure the outdoor rides have reopened, or the majority of them have. So there's an activity that I really do want to come back and do. It's the Scarecrow Stalk, which is like a scavenger hunt around Universal Studios that I've done before, and it's back again this year. There's everybody at the gates waiting for Halloween Horror Nights to start in about an hour. There are less people than I thought that there would be, but again, it is sort of raining right now, sort of heavily. I'm sure they have stanchions set up throughout the park that I probably missed on my way out as they were transitioning into Halloween Horror Nights. But I did it. I came to Universal to do what I wanted to accomplish today, which of course was to come to Universal Studios Florida on a day where Halloween Horror Nights was going on and see what the projected estimated wait time was for certain rides, and then ride the rides and see if they were accurate. So that was my trip to Universal Studios to continue an experiment that I started over at Magic Kingdom, where I wanted to see what the posted and actual wait times were for just a few random rides around Magic Kingdom on a Not So Scary Party Night, and then I wanted to do the same here at Universal Studios, and the weather impacted that somewhat, and then just technical delays just throughout the park as well, but I still got to do a few rides here. I was somewhat surprised about the crowd level here compared to Magic Kingdom. It seemed like it was actually somewhat busy here at Universal Studios, but I don't know, because I did overhear a good amount of people that were surprised that the park was closing early at 5 o'clock, which I know that probably catches a lot of people off guard, both here and over at Magic Kingdom on the party nights or the Halloween Horror Nights, but nonetheless, I still get to ride a few rides that had less wait times than I would have anticipated them having on regular days that were not party nights, if that makes sense. And just checking the app, both for here when I was at Magic Kingdom and then for Magic Kingdom when I was here, it seemed like that was the general consensus, is that on party nights and Halloween Horror Nights nights, the wait times are going to be a little bit less because people don't want to come to a park when it closes earlier than it would on another day where they could get more rides or experiences or nighttime spectaculars in. But I still had a good time, even though it is raining, but it does feel better than it did when I first got here because it was very hot. So thank you for coming with me today and a couple days ago to ride rides and eat a burger and have garlic knots and ice cream. I had a great time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Have a great day and goodbye.